I'm with Stephanie and Sean from Renegade Radio, which is a really great outlet for independent rock. Your thoughts on the state of just radio in general right now? First of all, what are you guys all about? How'd you guys start?
So basically the site started about 16 years ago down in Dallas, and we've been working throughout the country for the last about, as I said, about 16 years.
Really cool, really cool. Now Stephanie here actually has her own show on Renegade Radio. Tell us about that, walk us through it. What are you all about?
It's Side B Radio. It is Wednesdays, 8 to 10 Eastern, 8 to 10 New York time. It started out as alternative rock at a college up at SUNY Old Westbury, and then I stopped going there and I wanted to keep doing it. So it went to Live 365, and then Sean asked me to join Renegade, and I wanted to be part of the family. So I'm here. Basically, like I said, alternative rock, and it's not so much independent artists, but I have a lot of local bands that I know, and I feel like they need as much support as they can get. And my very small but loyal audience eats it up. The Kid Henry was a band based out in Long Island that I got to know very well through SUNY Old Westbury, and actually because of my show, they had international listeners. And one opportunity that we had, a girl from England came to New York to visit.
Wow.
And she was a fan of the Kid Henry.
Awesome.
So I invited her out to the station, and the band showed up and played a set live in studio with her. And it was like, you would think that like Green Day or like Metallica or somebody, I just name dropped Metallica, sorry. You would think that a really big band was there, and they're local guys from Long Island, and they were like, she was singing along, and like they were getting like choked up at the idea that this girl from England knew the words to their song. So
wow, that's really cool, and it really shows like how that type of radio that's really not mainstream and really like showcases such stuff, it really can reach somebody. And it's,
yeah, the internet's been great for platforms for other people. Like I have listeners personally in Japan, in England, like I said, Australia. They listen to me on Wednesdays at 8. They're listening to me Thursday at noon. But that's how they start their day, getting ready for work or whatever, listening to my show on Thursday morning in Australia.
Now, as far as like FM radio, like in general right now, like it's really, it's kind of a dying animal. It's really a sort of antiquated, archaic format, and even in like major media markets right now, you really don't hear stuff like what you guys do. And like, what are your thoughts? Like, I know this is really like a big question, but like, what do you guys think is like the state of FM radio? Where do you think it's going? Do you think there's any hope for it?
It's a changing market. It's the entire music industry in general is in the state of state of evolution at the moment. The way records are being put out is changing. The way the mainstream artist, is able to support themselves, that's having to change because there's a whole lot of different factors in the entire industry. Everything's changing right now. So it's a whole new world, whole new game. I just quoted Aladdin. Holy.
And your thoughts on it?
Well, I feel like as far as FM radio goes, it's always going to be here because it's free and easy and accessible, and there will always be record companies shoving top 40 artists at you. So, and a lot of like rock stations and stuff have had to change formats or whatever, and there is top 40, but that's always going to be here because that's how record companies work. They don't know another way yet. Maybe when they figure that out, it might be different, but I think that the fact that it's just a free platform, when you're driving in your car or whatever, it's easy to access. I personally don't think it's the best format anymore because you have the radio plays what they want you to hear, Real Big Fish. But satellite radio, internet radio, anybody can do it. Some people do it better.
Now, Sean, Renegade Radio was down at South by Southwest, which is the biggest music festival, one of the biggest music festivals in the world. What was Renegade Radio doing out there, and what were you guys up to?
All right, so down in Austin, we were actually part of the Heart of Texas Rock Fest. We were doing some broadcasting from. It was actually at Seven Netches, and also at the Blue Moon Bar. Heart of Texas Rock Fest basically they come around. They have a whole slew of bands from around the world come and play at the show. It's not directly associated with South by. It's kind of its own independent thing. But we were broadcasting the whole show, and I brought a couple bands from Long Island down to play. You had your Revel 9, you had Craving Strange, Shivers actually were down, Matt DeLay. So we were down there broadcasting and having a grand old time.
With Vinyl Plane, they just played a set, really awesome band. I'm here with Dave and Keith from the band. Taking a drag.
Taking a quick drag.
All right, cool, man. Basically, how'd you guys get started? How did you meet? How long you guys been playing together?
Actually, me and him met when his brother came to some bar when I was playing with this old band, and
We stole him.
pretty much they did steal me.
We stole him basically, man. You know.
I was playing with his band, I was getting real sick of it, and he came down and he's like, yo, we're playing some really awesome rock and roll, you got to see what we're doing. And I was like, we played this Halloween show, we set up, I feel real bad about it because I made my drummer set up, and I was like, you know what, dude, no one's coming out to this shit. I was like, I'm done with this band because we already had a fight with our guitar player. Hooked up with him in his fucking attic, we started playing some shit. I thought the most amazing guitar player I've ever seen. I was like, this is the style I want to go with.
Yeah, you know, we started working songs upstairs in like the bedroom of the house, and then we turned the garage into a studio, and we've been together like ever since. All original music's got 3 albums out now, and we just finished up recording our last album, Never Pay the Devil, which is a pretty smoking album. And it transformed from a 5-piece from today back to like basically a power trio with a vocalist, and you know, and just a little bit more harder rock, less jammed out. But then we have this as a throwback set, and so everything's rock and rolling, man. Everyone's digging it, man. So.
Yeah, you guys definitely play like real like roots hard rock.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really like just a great set you guys play.
We appreciate that you understand that you like that, man. You know, you understand what we're playing. This is cool, man. A lot, you know. It's a hard sell nowadays. You know, there's a gazillion bands, different types of genres. You know, and we just stick to rock and roll, man. You know,
It's always hard on Long Island, but the cream of the crop always comes out. The good fans, the real fans, always come out here on Long Island, and we do always appreciate that. But
yeah, we've got a good like, following with like heavy fans that are like real loyal and stuff, which is really good. You know.
Yeah, you guys like I said, you guys definitely play like real rock and roll, and it's stuff that you really don't see that much anymore.
Yeah.
And I've noticed a lot of changes in rock music right now. I mean, what are your guys' feelings just like on the state of rock in general right now? Like, what do you guys listen to? What do you guys think is really great?
Well, it's a little sad. It's a little sad.
He listens to straight up older stuff, which I totally agree with to an extent. It's kind of the whole name of the band is the Vinyl Plane. We're going for that kind of old school edge, but at the same time, we're trying to teach the youth that like what the hell was going on, like really like good style of music, like, you know what I mean, like instead of listening to that repetitive, the same vocals over and over and the same like without a real bass note, like, you know, just a thump 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 thump. Like we want to bring music back, you know. That's really the whole idea and like the sound of it.
Right.
We're not trying to be old, but at the same time we just understand that was a more constructive, a more theoretical, a more intelligent way of writing music, and I think that's what's better.
Well, it is like rock and roll. I mean, it's like that's as far as I'm concerned. I mean, like rock and roll is never perfect. It's always getting better. It's like as the music nowadays, it's repetitive 3-chord sludge rock, 3-chord sludge rock, blah 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 blah. And they don't deviate from a set.
We've been called sludge rock before.
That's crazy. Yeah, so that doesn't make any sense.
I didn't really think so either, but
you know. But I mean, like rock and roll is always I mean, like look at the greatest bands. I mean, they always improvise. They always, you know, shine to the occasion when it comes time to play. You know what I mean? Whereas, you know, other bands, you play the same set forward straight. You know, you get sick of it, man. I think that's has a lot to do with the people that are playing today. They want to be. They've lost sight of like playing music, and they just want to be like, oh, I want to be in a band. I want to be a rock and roll. How many likes do I have? It's like you've lost what it's about to play music. It doesn't matter if you're there for 500 people, 5,000, or 2 people, man. If 2 people like it, then you walk away with a good show, man, or 1 person.
Right. That's really the pure element of rock and roll music. It really isn't about numbers. It's not about hits. Not about likes.
No.
That's what's really great about Renegade Radio, who's out here tonight simulcasting.
This is a great thing that you guys have here, man.
Sean Wernersbach has been one of the coolest guys and one of the best supporters in the scene.
Cool, man.
Definitely.
You guys are always out doing
100% to Sean.
Supporting local acts, which is rare.
And
it's
his
very
pops.
cool, man. You know, it's very cool.
No, it's really great, and you know, you guys are awesome. You guys played a great set. I really enjoyed it. And also,
vinylplane.com or Facebook.
Oh yeah, let's promo the site.
Yeah,
www.thevinylplane.com. You got to add the thevinylplane.com, or the Vinyl Plane at Reverb Nation. We got all the music up there.
Yes, you can buy all this
YouTube,
stuff on Spotify.
Facebook, all that crap.
Stuff's going on Spotify soon, so a whole bunch of stuff coming up. New merch, new shirts. Yeah, everyone wants shirts,
I'd also
right?
like a chance to fart into the microphone if I could.
We'd really be happy if you did that. Oh, that was. Oh man, the microphone smells different now.
Rock and roll.
That's rock and roll. I'm Phil with LIV Magazine.
Slightly drunk.
Dave and Keith with Vinyl Playing. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys.